So we are going to see now VTP version 3 along with MST. First, let us do version 3 VTP. Please focus, it's very interesting and important. For us to have VTP, we need domain name and the trunk, right? So I'm going to say VTP domain 123, any name, and then interface G0/0-1 interface range. No shed, switchboard trunk encapsulation .1q, switchboard mode trunk. Next is the VTP version, VTP password. I'll give 123 and hidden. Okay, we need to have version 3 now, so let us put version 3, VTP version 3, and I put the command hidden. Now it will accept. See, now it accepts the password. Hidden password is only possible in version 3. Done. Do show history. So we have done these configurations. I'll use a notepad and do some tailoring work. It's not needed. End. Show VTP status. Let me paste this on all other switches. Switch 1, you see version 3 is running now, and domain name 123 is given. Let me also paste this on switch 3. Config T. Yep, so we got version 3 and things are good. Alright, so we got all the switches with version 3. Show VTP status again. This is this is still in version 2. Version 1. Come on. Enable. Alright. So all are in version 3, domain name is same, trunk is enabled. Look at this. Feature MST is right now in transparent mode. We want in what mode? Server mode. Will transparent mode send the update? No. The idea of using version 3 VTP is, if I'll do MST configuration on one switch, the configuration should get distributed to all other switches. So the idea is we are going to use MST to distribute the VLAN. See, we are going to have some bunch of VLANs. Not too many. Too many also will take a lot of processor. We are going to have VLAN 1 to 20 in instance 1 MST, and VLAN 21 to 40 instance 2 MST. And I will configure on only one switch. This configuration will be done on one switch. That also should get distributed to all switches. See, usually VTP will distribute only the VLAN configuration. But if you enable this MST operation mode as server, even the MST configuration will get distributed. Did you understand the objective of today's lab and class? Did you understand that? Please answer.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Alright. So, this is what we are going to do. First, we will change the operational mode MST to server. How to do that? This is how we do it. VTP MST, no, VTP. First, let me make it a server primary. VTP primary. Password, I think I gave 123. So switch 1 is the primary from where we are going to do all configurations. MST, VLAN creation. So I'm right now in switch 1. And switch 1 is primary. See, this MAC address is the address of this switch. You will see that in all other switches now. So switch 2 also has learned MAC address of switch 1. Switch 3 has also learned the MAC address of switch 1. So we got the switches. Every other switches now you see show VTP status, show VTP status. They all know the server switch, the primary server switch. This is the MAC address of switch 1. But again, every switch is in transparent MST feature, transparent. So that is what we are going to enable on switch 1. Is switch 1 primary? Hold on, please. Switch 1 is the primary. Let me check on switch 2. Switch 2 or switch 3 show VTP status. This is also saying that switch 1 is the primary. You see the MAC address of switch 1. Number 1 you can see. I'm right now in switch 3. Switch 3 also the operation mode is transparent for MST. Let me go to the primary switch, which is switch 1, and make it as server. VTP version 3. Sorry, VTP version. No, not the version command. VTP primary MST. This is the command. VTP primary MST. That's it. No need to say force VLAN MST. Boom. System can become primary server for MST feature only when configured as server. Let me put this command on other switches and see. Other switches are server, they are not primary. System can become primary for MST feature only when configuration. Okay, so which means that VTP primary configure it as VTP MST. No. Let me try in the global mode. Okay, yeah, this is the idea. Sorry, VTP MST here it should be VTP mode server for MST. Yeah, this is the syntax. I was trying in a wrong place. VTP mode server MST. Boom. So this is becoming a server. Let me put this command. Before I put this command on the switches, I want to show you. Show VTP status. You can see the MST is right now not in transparent, it is server. Alright? But the other switches are still in transparent. So we need to put this command on every switch. Yep. So we have now configured VTP mode server MST on all the devices. So every device is right now a server for MST, meaning it is ready to distribute the MST configuration. Now I'll go to the primary switch. Primary switch. This is primary switch for VTP updates, but it's not a primary for, no one is a primary for MST distribution. So we need to make this as a primary for MST distribution. So I'm saying VTP primary MST. Boom. So the password is 123. So this switch is the primary for both VLAN as well as MST. Okay. I have entered the password, it takes some time, it will check and then come back to check. It's checking. Confirm? Yes. Now you will see every switch knows this as the primary for even MST. Let us go to the switch 3 and check. Look at this, you have already got. For MST VTP feature, this is also primary. So let us verify show VTP status. You can see it is not only a server switch, it is also depending on a primary device for MST distribution. MST server is what? Switch 1. Switch 1 is the MST server. It knows everything, even the host name of the server. Okay, now you can configure VLANs. Listen. Listen, we have finished VTP version 3 with the MST feature. Now we are starting the normal VLAN creation, VLAN 1 to, as per our discussion, 40. VLAN 1 to 40. Sorry, VLAN 1 hyphen 40 VLANs created. Now show spanning tree for VLAN 30. So there is a separate spanning tree running, and this switch is the root switch. If I'll take you to switch 2, show VLAN brief, you will see all 40 VLANs. So our VTP is working fine. Show spanning tree for VLAN 30. It says this is not a root switch, and this G01 will be blocking. You see, I want to show you. Show spanning tree for VLAN 30. Okay, this is also root switch designated. Fine. Then blocking should be somewhere here. Show spanning tree for VLAN 30. But output designated forwarding. come? Then where is the block? Switch to, okay, here is the block. G01, here is the block. So it's blocking for all VLANs. This is specifically we are seeing for VLAN 30. For every VLAN, there is a separate spanning tree. So if you check, randomly some number like 28, there also you will see blocking. Okay, what is the solution? MST. We have planned to group VLANs and have only 2 MST. So that I'm going to do it on switch 1 because switch 1 is the primary for both VTP and MST. I'm on switch 1. Before I do, I want to show you that right now we are not running MST. We are running IEEE Rapid or per VLAN. Let's check. Show spanning tree summary. Right now what do we run? We are running per VLAN spanning tree. We are not running MST. Now we want to run MST. Let us do that. This is how the command goes. Spanning tree MST configuration. Again I am saying you no need to do this configuration on every switch if you have enabled VTP version 3 MST, which we have already done. So you do only on one switch, this configuration will go to all other switches. So I am going to do only one switch, so listen carefully. MST1. You need to give a region name. Simply name. Name is, I'm just giving ABC. Revision number. Start with revision number 1. Why do we need this revision number? Whenever you do some changes to the VLAN groupings, see what is the changes. Today you have up to 40, no? Tomorrow you say, no, I want from 21 to 30 and 31 to 40, like this. If you do some alteration, you need to go and manually change the revision number. Only then it will take effect. This is not like VTP revision number. In VTP, revision number will automatically increase. But here, the revision number we need to manually increase. So I'm starting with the revision number 1. The default revision number is 0. And I'm saying instance 1 from VLAN 1 to 20. Instance 2 VLAN 21 to 40. So we got MST configured. That's all. See how nice, how easy. But you have not enabled the mode MST. Still the mode is per VLAN spanning tree. Before I change the mode, I want to go and check whether this is distributed to other switches. I'm going to switch 2, which is right below, and say show spanning tree MST configuration. Wow, look at this. Whatever you configured there, it has come here. Because we have VTP version 3. See? Let me do one more change. I'll add some more VLANs. VLAN 40 to 50. And I'll go back to MST configuration, spanning tree, MST configuration, instance 3 from VLAN 41 to 50. I configure. Let's go and check on the other switch. It is not coming. Why? You have to increase the revision number. Whenever you do changes, you have to increase the revision number. I increased. Now if you go and check, Wait, it will come. Yeah, you see, it has come. It took some time, but it has come. So don't forget to change. See, I changed the revision number to 2, it has come here. You need to change the revision number, very important. Now, what is next? What is next? I want to remove this now. I don't want this 41 to 50 just for testing. I showed you. So I'm going to delete. If I delete, I'll delete, I have to again increase the revision number. Alright? So don't forget, you have to increase the revision number. Now I'm expecting that to go away. The instance 3, see, it's gone. Revision number increased, it has gone. Before the revision number increased, it was there. Very simple. This is the only command. Show spanning tree MST config. This is the current revision number. And whenever you do changes, you add 1 to this.
Okay.
You add 1 to this. Okay. Now we got the VTP MST distribution everywhere. Now, is MST enabled? No. Still MST is not enabled. Just MST is configured. You see? Show spanning tree summary. It is still per VLAN spanning tree. We are still having per VLAN spanning tree. Let us enable MST. This needs to be done on every switch individually. So I am going to every switch and say spanning tree mode MST. That's it. Do it on every switch. Spanning tree mode MST. This needs to be done individually on every switch because it's related to mode. Spanning tree mode MST. Spanning tree mode MST. Alright, now we have changed to MST mode. Let's go back to switch 2 again and verify. Show spanning tree summary. It says right now you just got 3 instance. 0 is the default instance, forget about that. And you got only 2 instance of spanning tree running, that is MST1 and MST2. Yeah, MST1 and MST2, only 2. Now I want to remove VLAN from MST1. I'll go to switch 1. Right now, if you see show MST configuration, or if I say show spanning tree MST1, it says from VLAN 1 to VLAN 20. It says I don't want to consider VLAN 1. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove VLAN 1. For that, spanning tree MST configuration instance 1 VLAN 2 to 20. So I need to increase the revision number. I'm increasing to 4. Done. Now you see show spanning tree 1. Still not changed. We give some time, it will change. Show MST configuration. Show spanning tree MST configuration. Oh, still it is not removed. I think I made some mistake in the revision number. I need to increase. What about the revision number of the other device? Show MST, show spanning tree. Oh, other device also in 4, so I need to say here revision number instance 1 VLAN 2 to 20, revision number 5. Show spanning tree MST 1. Still not changed. Why it is taking so long? MST2 is from 21 to 40. This is correct. The reason why I'm trying to remove MST 1, the VLAN 1 from MST is all these interfaces are coming. We have just 2 interfaces. By default, to VLAN 1 all the interfaces are mapped. So I'm trying to avoid VLAN 1. Show MST, show spanning tree MST configuration. I did change, but the change is not happening with the revision command. Let's do a change again one more time in a different way. First I'll cancel what is existing. Spanning tree MST configuration, no instance 1. Alright, I'll put the revision number to 6, and then instance 1 VLAN 2 to 20, revision number 7. Let me go now and check. Oh my god, this error means some memory issues. Show spanning tree for MST1. That's good. MST1 from VLAN 2 to 20. So you need to remove the old one by putting no command. That's the secret. Fine, then we can see for MST1 VLAN 2 to 20 as well as for MST2, these 2 ports are forwarding. We want a load balance. We want VLAN MST2 means VLAN 21 to 40 to be here a root. 2 to 20 here a root. How to do that? On switch 1 we say spanning tree for MST1 root primary. Spanning tree for MST2 root secondary. And I'll go to switch 2 and I'll do the opposite. Spanning tree for MST2 root primary. Spanning tree for MST1 root secondary. So this is secondary for 1, primary for 2, whereas that one is primary for 1, secondary. So what I'm expecting here is blocking from VLAN 2 to 20. This will block for VLAN 2 to 20. Let's verify. Show spanning tree for MST2. For MST2 it should block. Sorry, it should be forward. 21 to 40 it should forward. Whereas for MST1 it will block. Yeah. So half of the load is going via this path and half is blocked here. Whereas on the other switch MST1 will be forwarding. Show spanning tree for MST1, which means from VLAN 2 to 20 this is forwarding. For VLAN 21 to 40 it is blocking. This is how you can do load sharing with MST. This command shows spanning tree MST summary or shows spanning tree summary. You can see that the current protocol is MST MST is running. It's root for MST1, whereas for MST2 it is not a root. For MST2 it is blocking. For MST1 it is forwarding, whereas the other switch 2, summary, this is root for MST2. See the top? It's a root bridge for MST2. So for MST2 it won't block because it's a root. MST1 it is blocking. All other VLANs will be in MST0. MST0 we did not create, it is by default. All the rest of the VLAN that you have not used here will be mapped to VLAN 0. Yes, MST0. So that's about VTP version 3 and MST. Question please.
So, sir, whenever we are doing any changes, so the revision number needs to be
manually done.
Manually.
Yeah, that's very important.
So instance 0 is by default, and then other instances we have to create, which is default VLANs.
Correct.
Sir, in this topology, two switches are in server mode, isn't it?
All the switches are in VTP server mode, but VTP server primary is only one switch. Primary is the only place where you can do configuration. In VTP version 3, simply server mode is not sufficient. You cannot create in a simple server mode. See, for example, switch 2 is in server mode. I'll show you. Show VTP status. This is in server mode, but it is not server primary. So if you try creating VLANs, it won't allow you. VLAN 99. So it won't allow you. To configure VLAN, you need to be server primary, not just server. So we configure everything on switch 1 because we earlier, in the beginning, we made switch 1 to be the primary, server primary, for both MST and for both VTP MST feature, VTP MST feature as well as the VTP feature. Kindly go through this video one more time from the beginning. You will fill the gaps that you have. Yeah.
Yes, sir. One more thing. For the MST2, our root switch is switch 2.
Correct. Because I gave the command primary.
Anything. Okay. But if I want to change anything in MST2, that is also we have to do in switch 1.
Only switch 1. Correct. See, this is for blocking or to forward, to decide whether to block or forward. For STP, this is root.
Okay.
It's just for STP decision making, this is root. But STP configuration need to be done only on the primary switch. That primary and root has got no connection.
Okay.
The configuration, spanning tree, MST1, primary, secondary, those commands can be configured on any switch. For that, it need not to be a primary switch. So, any switch can be a root switch depending on the election process, but configuration can be only done on the primary switch. The distribution is done from the primary switch. Yep. So